What is up, guys? Nicole here, back at it again for another video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Lego set. This is the Horizon Forbidden West Tallneck, or as your girlfriend thinks, it is the robot giraffe. You know, there's always someone that thinks it's a giraffe. That's fine. So this is set number 76989. It is 1,222 pieces and it retails for $79.99. Now this set dropped on May 1st and I picked it up on May 1st. I think I stuttered through that because I was like, what month are we in? It came out on May 1st, which is also like the big Star Wars drop day, and I will not lie to you, I ran right by the Star Wars stuff and grabbed this immediately. So I'm so happy that I got to take it home. I think it's hard to get now, which makes sense because it is such a cool and unique set. It's so cool to see Lego doing these IP sets, and I really hope they continue to do that. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first of all, I absolutely love the black box art for this. I know, like, initially when this came out with Lego, there was a lot of hate on it, but the black background on this, it's amazing. So in the front here, we have the build, and then along the bottom, we have all the information, set number, piece count, and the fact that it's a building set, which I hope we would understand at this time. I don't know if you know this, but this is the Grand Coup, or the Quelagargo. Is it Quelalargo? It's the Quelalargo. I didn't know that there was a Spanish name for the Tallneck, but here we go. It is what it is. On the back, we have the engineering drawing as well as another view of the build. You can see Eloy down there poking her little stick right on the top. We've got the artwork and we've got the watcher, and he is alarmed. And possibly one of my favorite parts of the box art is this side, and you can just see this like epic photo of the build, but the Tallneck is so epic, so it's really cool to see that on the side here. And then on the top here, we can see that we have a dimension of the only minifig we get in this set, Eloy, as well as the watcher, who is now blue. He's less alarmed. And then we have the birch tree and like part of the base of this build. I do want to take a quick moment to talk about the booklet, which is not something I normally do. If you have the time, and I highly recommend you do, take a few minutes and flip through the manual or the instruction booklet, because you can just tell that the designers put so much thought and care and love into this. I mean, inside we have a little bit about the world of Horizon. We have some about Isaac Snyder. He's the designer for this set, the machines in the world, also a whole section about the Tallneck, as well as Eloy, and some beautiful artwork inside. So definitely take a look at the instruction manual before you even begin the build. It is so cool. This set was 8 bags in total. The first 3 bags were the watcher, Eloy, and as well as the like bottom base plate situation of this build. It's not a base plate. You actually do have to build this round portion, and it was such a cool build. I was constantly like, where is this going? And surprised at every turn and corner and click of a brick. It was so cool. Now let's first take a look at Eloy. She is the only minifig that we get in this set, and rightly so, because she is the main protagonist of this game. She is absolutely beautiful, and you can quote me right now, this is my favorite minifig as of right now, as of all time in Lego. I think they just did a beautiful job. So she comes with her ancient spear tool as well as a bow and arrow. I love how they built this. You can see at the end we have some feather elements as well as 2 studs, this weird stick thing, another stud, and then this like sword. Really appreciated how close to the actual video game they got, so that was very cool. Now let's take a look at Eloy without all of her accessories. She has a beautifully printed torso. Her legs are gorgeous. She's got tattoos as well as this beautiful red long braided hair. It looks so much like the video game. On the side here, as part of the hair element, you can see that it has this ring in it, and that's actually built, it's part of the focus element that she actually wears on her head, and they did a beautiful job of including it in the hairpiece. So this is a very exclusive hairpiece only to this minifig. Now, if I take off the hair and we just take a look at Eloy, you can see that she's got two faces. She's got this one as well as this one back here, and both of them have the focus shown on the side here, so that's really nice. And you can get a better look of her torso. She's just got incredible detail. I mean, this minifig is just gorgeous, and it will for sure be a collector's item and probably very expensive. Now, as you can see here, she doesn't have a lot of posability options just because the way her hair sits on her torso, if you were to lift her arm, the hair would kind of like, let me see if I could show you, pop off too. Does that make sense? So you can't really pose her like in crazy positions like you would with any other, with any other minifig. And some people are going to hate that, but I actually do not have a problem with it. I don't think it changes my opinions on this set or this minifigure in any way. I mean, cut the designers some slack, okay? This is so accurately depicted that it does not even matter. Now up next we have the Watcher. This was so cool to build, and I will probably make a couple more to go into the set. It only came with one, but that's perfectly fine. You get the idea. It is pretty simple to make, and so it wouldn't be difficult to mock a few more. A really cool touch that Lego did is they actually included some different color studs. I have them here, a red and a yellow, as well as the blue for the status of the Watcher. Usually red, it's in attack mode, blue, it's pretty chill, and yellow, it's seeking. So that was really cool that they did that, and I will be changing those pretty consistently. So thank you, Lego. That was really cool. So taking a look at just the base first, we can see here, one of my favorite parts is this kind of abandoned, broken stoplight. This gorgeous vine that kind of wraps around up into the build. So that's really cool. That's kind of where the Watcher lives. You have different levels of terrain. You have earth, you have grass, and you have stone areas, as well as tons of foliage for Eloy to hide in. These reeds were really cool. I've never seen them built like that, and I think they're those booger pieces from that Marvel set, if I'm not mistaken. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I don't watch Marvel, but there's this booger that's always on the shelves, and I think those are his legs. I'm not entirely sure. Over here, we have a really gorgeous birch tree. I love that they did yellow leaves instead of green. And then as we come around the back here, we can see all the stonework and some plants on top of the stones. Now, on this base plate, there are four, like plate almost, where you can connect the Tallneck to. And now my only gripe is, and I'm not going to do it now because it will hurt my feelings, but if I remove the Tallneck, I will most likely knock something off, and it's usually one of these reeds, and it's probably this, and then the Tallneck usually falls apart. So it's probably best for the sake of my sanity at this point to not do it. But who knows? Maybe I'll do it later. Maybe like later in this review, I'll take it off and you can see what I mean. But this build absolutely 100% wants to stay on this base plate, so do not take it off, okay? So the first three bags, like I said before, are this base plate, and you build this like almost oval shape. It is so cool. I love that they made it oval and not square. So many cool new techniques, and I just loved it. For someone who enjoys building terrain, this was a really great time. Now looking at the Tallneck, or the robot giraffe, this is kind of like the star of the show per se. The Tallneck is gorgeous. I mean, even if you're not a Horizon fan, even if you don't play the game, this Tallneck is incredible. And I guess I'd been waiting for Lego to do something this beautiful, and now I have it, and I'm just like, this is just my favorite build of 2022, and probably ever, and there is no comparison. I mean, this build was amazing. So if you look at the legs, right about here, all these like ball joint almost, so you can move the legs kind of side to side, around, whatever. So that's really cool. The tail is completely flexible. You can move like the plume, I guess. Like you can move the plume pretty much in any direction that you want it to. And what's cool about it is these pieces are actually little snowboards or skateboards. So that was a really cool use of that element. And then back here, you have all these like Ninjago swords that go on the neck. And then here you have this like scaling effect. And I've seen some mock builders use this for like serpents or reptiles. It is just so cool to see it on this machinery right here. Now moving on to the head, all around here are all stickered. So if you don't like stickers, I'm so sorry. That is your problem. But back here we have some more plumage. I'm just gonna call it plumage. It's plumage, okay? And what's cool about that plumage is they use landing gear. So something I've never seen before in my entire life. But this just looks so sleek and beautiful, and I can't believe I have this in my house. Like, I will display this forever. And then on the top, you have this area here, and this is where Eloy actually jams her spear in to get maps and information from. So it is really cool that they included that here on the top. And for all of you guys that are scared of stickers and concerned, there are a total of 12 stickers, most of them being on the top here, the little head, and then some are on the back. There are almost no stickers anywhere else on the set. So that is very, very encouraging for you guys, but you just have to get through it. I believe in you. Overall, I'm so incredibly happy with this build. I am going to display this so proudly on my shelf. I really hope that LEGO keeps doing builds like this from video games, because some of the characters that you can get on PS4, PS5, and even Nintendo games are so cool. So it's really just breathtaking to see them in brick built form and have them physically in your presence. It was such a remarkable experience just having this as something that I built and I get to keep on my shelf. I probably will never take this apart ever, and I definitely will never sell it. So this is mine forever. All right, guys, so that wraps up my review of the brand new Horizon Tallneck or Robot Giraffe. I am so incredibly happy with this build, and I have to say it is my favorite build ever. And the price point is perfect, and the minifig is gorgeous. I mean, this is exactly what I've always wanted from LEGO, and I'm so happy that I have it. I really hope they keep doing builds like this and sets like this, and I am just so excited to see if they come up with anything else for Horizon, or if they maybe go in somewhere else. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like this set, if you were able to pick it up. And yeah, leave me a comment below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys for the next one. Bye.